Dear brother man, if there was no Bible, yes, outlining, different identities or whatever man called God, yeah, would we still exist? Would there be, creation if there was no Bible? Listen to me. Our black people act as though the Bible is the be-all and end-all of answers. No, it isn't. It is a book, and the Greco-Roman popes wrote it, yes. Because without them, we wouldn't have a Bible. So it's their perspective on God that the whole world is using to determine who they are. We are who we are because we are created beings. And we are created by a creator who made us. Know about our identity. We don't need the Bible to tell us who we are. Right? We are created black people, or, I'm not black. Black is, black. Yes, black as in a black charcoal or something like. We're not that. We're dark skinned, we're brown people. Some of us darker than others. Right? But the creator who created us for a purpose and reason. Weren't we seeking the creator to find out how, for what purpose and reason he created us for? Weren't we seeking him to find out knowledge about himself or knowledge about us? Because he's the creator, he must know about us. And he must know, the purpose he created us for. Why do we want to be Hebrews anyway? Why do we want to be Jews or Hebrews or whatever? I am just simply a black woman.
And fools despise knowledge. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Aruchakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect tabernacle of David that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, y'all heard this woman, and, this is just my, slight reply. And I was watching Elder Manasseh Zagba's live stream, going into the evil heart of unbelief. That's on a lot of our people, which, was prophesied that in these last days, faith will be bearing on the earth. All right. It would be, wickedness, iniquity will abound. It would increase. The truth, would, as a matter of fact, let me go to it real quick. Showing you that, these prophecies are right on the money. All right. This is what you're going to have in the last days. People speaking out of their own mind and basically revealing what's in their heart, 2 Ezra 5 verse 1, it says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, meaning the signs, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. All right. And, we're in this time where a lot of people's incredulity is going to show. We in an information age where, you can, seek out a lot of information. Like it tells us in Daniel, the 12th chapter, that many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. But even with all that knowledge being increased, faith, faithlessness is at an all-time high. All right. And, platforms like TikTok, it really gives all these people a way to showcase their incredulity, with trying to, question the validity of the Most High, the spoken word, trying to question his will, why certain things are done. A lot of questioning is like they're trying to put the Most High on trial. Or like you have Sa Netter in the so-called black unconscious community, trying to put the Most High and the Bible on trial. But meanwhile, this devil has ruled the world in total wickedness and chaos and deceived the entire planet. But you're not questioning him. All right. So this is definitely a token. This is definitely a sign that, we're in that we're in the last days. All right. Faith is definitely bearing. And the Lord declared that from the beginning. He even said that about our people going all the way back to the time, up under Moses, when we were in the wilderness. He said, you're going to see what their end is going to be, because they're a very forward generation in whom is no faith. All right, Deuteronomy 32, verse 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith. And the Lord saw it time in and time out. All right, it wasn't even that much longer, when they were in the wilderness, where after the miracles that was done for them, the Lord plague in Egypt, the Lord feeding them, in the wilderness, they still found a way to not believe. They still found a way to complain. They murmured. They questioned everything. And until they all died off in the wilderness. And that's why let's go to was that Hebrews? Because when Israel talked like that, especially these women, these lame ass Eve, these so-called black women, you're only provoking the Most High. All right, you're only provoking him. All right, the Lord is going to continue to turn up these plagues. All right, you're not paying attention. All right, you speaking all this jargon. All right, reproaching your own maker, but you ain't paying attention to the scourges that he's bringing down. He is responding in the earth. You just don't see it, but eventually you will, and guess what? You're gonna feel it. Then you're gonna know. Hebrews 3. In verse 12, it says, take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living power. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. For we are made partakers of Hamashiach if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end. While it is said, today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts, as in the provocation. For some, when they had heard, did provoke. Howbeit not all that came out of Egypt by Moses. All right, because the Most High got sick of their shit and he killed them off. Because they were displaying action of unbelief. All right. So it's the same thing playing out in his day. A lot of our people, they talking trash. All right. A lot of them, they think the Most High don't exist because the hell that they've had to catch, which simply everything is written right here in the scriptures. You scratching your head, you wondering why all these evil things been happening to us as a nation. Is right here in the Bible. The Bible gives you the answers. You're under curses. This is what we're trying to tell you. This is what the prophets are sent out there to give you the answers. The Lord said, I will raise up pastors according to my heart that shall feed you with knowledge and wisdom. But you don't want to hear it. Fools despise knowledge. Okay? Instead, you want to just air out your own damn opinion. As a matter of fact, let me get was that Proverbs 18? And that's literally what this woman did. She really didn't say nothing profound at all. She just was just speaking out of her emotion, how she felt, airing out her opinion. And she also was contradicting herself. 1 minute you black, but then no, you're not black. That's just, we're really brown. But why we got to be Hebrews? I'm a black woman. She contradicted herself multiple times. And this is why I hate TikTok. I hate these social media platforms because it gives it gives these type of people a platform to speak. But really it's already set up, because these people got to do what they got to fulfill their role. And everything that our people are saying is now falling on deaf ears. The Most High is hearing everything. All right. The transcripts of your mind is in the heavens, man. Just know that. Everything that you think and everything that you say, every idle word that man shall speak, they must give an account in the day of judgment. And they all are being preserved to that day. So let me get this in Proverbs 18 real quick. And I'm gonna get it in the NLT, because this is all she did. Proverbs 18 verse 2, it says, fools have no interest in understanding. They only want to air their own opinions. And that's this whole new social media era. This is all they do. Everybody want to feel important. Everybody want clout. Everybody want to be perceived as some deep, profound, well-studied, educated individual with substance. But all these people are a bunch of walking contradictions. All right. And it continues to prove what Paul said when he said the wisdom of this world is foolishness. All right. The wisdom of this world is foolishness, man. All right. So anyway, getting back to the unbelief, because it says that in the last days, the land will be bearing of faith. All right. Now let's real quick, let's get 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. And I'm going to just read the first few verses. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Now, we have a sure word of prophecy. All of the prophecies contained in this book have all been faithful. It's all been true. All right, your black ass being over here in America was because the Lord prophesied, going back to the beginning, that if you didn't obey his instruction, that you didn't keep his the covenant, that you would be in a foreign land, in a strange land, serving your enemies. All right, as bondmen and bond women, and nobody would redeem you. You would be under impoverished conditions. You would have the sorrow of mind, depression. You would not prosper in your ways. We're still here. All right. Fools despise, fools, they don't want wisdom. They despise knowledge. All right. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Are we seeing the prophecies are happening? Are we seeing the tokens, the signs that the Lord said would happen, and it would be an indication that he's getting ready to return and bring judgment to the earth? Okay. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. Everything that he speaks is final. All right. He's going to make it good. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, and speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's why, we're not really stressed. When we hear people talking like that, we get angry, but at the same time, we catch ourselves, because the Lord already said these things would happen. The Lord is more long suffering than we are. He hears them, and he's going to deal with them accordingly. They all going to swallow their words in that day. All right. And there ain't going to be any excuses, because the word went throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. They heard this truth one way or another. And now them responding to this truth is only either sealing them or condemning them. That's all that's happening. And all the unbelieving, all the unfaithful, they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. All right. Matter of fact, when you go to Revelation 21, where it says all the unbelieving, let's go there real quick. It's Revelation 21, verse 8, and this is in the NLT. It says, but cowards, unbelievers, the corrupt, murderers, the immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshippers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. When you look up that word unbeliever or unbelieving, the word is apistas. And it says down here, disbelieving without Christian faith, really, without, faith in the gospel. All right. Being a Hebrew Israelite, a passively untrustworthy person or incredible that believeth not, faithless. There it is, being unfaithful, faithless, incredible thing, infidel, unbeliever. All right. So when you don't believe something, that makes you incredulous. Let's look up that word, incredulous. Incredulous, of a person or their manner, unwilling or unable to believe something. And our people, they're the first ones to denounce their heritage. All right, hey, Isaiah 1, when it talks about how that the ox knoweth his neighbor and the ass his master's crib, but my people doeth not know, neither do they consider. That's right on the money, man. They want to find any little thing to discredit or to be incredulous, to their history, to their identity, to their God. All right. Our people, they don't want to believe. It says disbelieving, unbelieving, doubtful, dubious, unconvinced, distrustful, distrusting, mistrustful, mistrusting, suspicious, questioning. And that's a lot of our people, man, making these TikTok videos, questioning why the Most High did this. Why did he do that? Where was he at when we were in slavery? Why did he kill Kobe Bryant in that helicopter crash? The doughboy. If there was a guy, why he be letting motherfuckers get smoked every night? Little babies and kids, you tell me. Just questioning the Most High. Really questioning, his word. You even have comedians that say, I don't believe God wrote a Bible. Well, you don't have to believe it, but every word in it is faithful and true. And guess what? Everything that you see around you, everything that you know and see, it all consists. It's all upheld by the power of his word. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let's go to Hebrews. Like without his word, nothing would consist. And then she said, would we still exist if there was no Bible? Yeah, we existed, all right, for long periods of time without an ephod, without a priest, without direction, without instruction, without commandments, without laws, statutes, and judgments. And look where that's got our people. All right. You put them in a world that's just totally chaotic and out of order and satanic evil and without a Bible. Yo, this is what you're going to get. A bunch of beasts. Why wouldn't you want a Bible that have instruction? A book that gives you morals. It gives you principle. It gives you guidance. But our people, they despise it, man. All right. Especially Eve. Eve, she doesn't want any instruction, man. That's how you know that's Eve. She went against the Most High in the garden. She wanted to hear what the devil had to, a damn snake or a man. She wanted to hear what he had to say over her own maker. So she been lost credibility. Why should we even be listening to her? You was beguiled by the serpent. Here's why the scripture, Paul, and that's why it's so controversial. But Paul, he had to say what he had to say, because it rings true to this very day, man. I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Because Adam was first created, then Eve. Adam wasn't the first in the transgression, but Eve was. You make a fool of yourself every time you get out there and get the bump of your gums, man. Sounds stupid. Anyway, let me get back to the scripture. This is Hebrews 1:1. It says, the Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. And what does it mean to be a prophet? It means to say before. This book contains prophecies. All right. It spoke on events that would take place before it even happened. And we're right now, we're in the time of prophecy. And you're subject unto the words of prophecy. You're living in a time where prophecy is speaking. People around you are talking about these implantable devices that people are getting. Now that your government is rolling out a digital database system that's going to be completely monitored and controlled by the top. This is all prophetic. You're living in it. You're subject to the word of the Most High, whether you believe it or not. It says, having these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things. Yeah, because he's the word. The Most High spoke, and he was. All right. Everything that you see and don't see, the Lord spoke it in the beginning. So his word is power, man. It says, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. All right, let's read that in the ESV translation. And I'm gonna read again. It says, he is the radiance of the glory of the Most High and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the word of his power. All right. After making purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high. Okay. So the whole universe is upheld by the word of his power, man, because he made the worlds, the dominions, the principalities, the things that you see and the things that you don't see. He made the worlds. All right. And the Father, he spoke it. So his words are power, man. So what would you be without that? You wouldn't exist. All right. But, you're just another, a lot of our people, they're making it known that they're unbelieving souls. Okay. Going back to the word unbelieving in the Greek, apistas. All right. Down here it says unfaithful, faithless, not to be trusted, perfidious, incredible of things, unbelieving, incredulous. And I looked up the word incredulous. All right. Unwilling or unable to believe something. All right. And you look at the similar words, suspicious, questioning, and that's all you seeing. People questioning the Bible. Who wrote it? How did they preserve it? How we don't know it ain't been tampered with. Just trying to just find alt, just picking at and finding reasons to not believe because you don't want to be held accountable. Well, you're still going to be held accountable. Okay. And like it says in Romans 3, what if some did not believe? Should it make the faith the faith of none effect? God forbid. We let the Most High be true and every man a liar. All right. And, she's no different than all them, all of our women in the world, the nigger women, and even the men too, the niggas, the nigger women, the people who made it in this world that denounce the Most High. They're all unbelieving souls. But particular Eve, is why we always quote Micah 7:10. All you Micah 7:10s out there, you're an unbelieving soul. And guess what? Lot's wife, she was in representation of you Micah 7:10s. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 10th chapter. I want to get this out. Because remember, what was written aforetime was written for our learning. All right. We understand that, history merely repeats itself. This is the reason. This is another reason why you should actually want to have a Bible. The Bible gives you what happened in history, in time. Are all the empires that ruled before this particular kingdom. The world didn't start with America on top, man. And women, walking around with their titties out. It didn't start like that. All right, with they ass out and tattoos on they breasts and on their thigh. The world didn't start like that. You didn't have it like this. But empires ruled. They had similar ideologies. And guess what? They also fell. The Lord, he controls the dominions. He controls who's going to sit upon a throne. He rules in the kingdom of men. And this society, as puffed up as it is, perpetuating that notion that they're the most educated, most sophisticated nation with all these universities, but yet you don't learn from history. So taking in point this example here, dealing with Sodom and Gomorrah. We know what happened with ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. The Bible tells us. And then the archaeologists actually went years ago and they went and they did their digs and they found it to be true. This is credible because we go over there and we see nothing but ash, sulfur, which is brimstone. And nothing, there's no civilization there. Nothing inhabiting there. No people don't live there. So this is not a fairy tale. This is not a Harry Potter book, man. Wisdom of Solomon 10, and I'm gonna start at verse. I'll start at verse 5. It says, "Moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracy being confounded, she found out the righteous and preserved him blameless unto the Most High." And this is talking about wisdom, which is contained in the Bible. All right. It says, "And kept him strong against his tender compassion toward his son. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities." It was filled with what? A bunch of flaming moles and butch dykes. All right. People that were into their flesh, just like now. It was a safe haven for wickedness. It says, "Of whose wickedness even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony." This is basically the Lord left it as a receipt. All right. You want to go on, you want to go and search it out? You want to find out? And the archaeologists, they did that. So it is a testimony. It's a witness. "And plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of a unbelieving soul." That's Lot's wife. She's a representation of you Micah 7:10s out there. Okay. She did not hearken unto the instruction that the Heavenly Father gave to them through the angels when they said to specifically, "Do not look back." But she loved that world. All right. She was not willing to leave off from that comfort zone. So the Lord turned her ass into a pillar of salt, man. Because she didn't believe. All right. So let me get that in Micah 7:10. Questioning the Most High, you're going to get the fate of a Lot's wife. Micah 7:10, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where's the Lord thy God? Questioning. That's a statement of unbelief. Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right, and the Lord's going to look upon her while she's catching total hell. And the Lord, he gonna give him the wall of silence treatment. He ain't gonna do nothing about it. All right. He's gonna leave you to get trodden down. And it's not looking too good, man. The way things are going, with this inflation and the economy on a downward spiral. All right, all these droughts, food shortages incoming, famine, disease, all these pestilences spreading everywhere, and you on your own. So it's not looking too good for you. The Lord is he finna line you up, man. Now you sisters that do follow us, that do believe, and you're in a blessed position, man. Consider yourself blessed, man. That it's a few of y'all that out there, all right, that who the Lord's gonna have mercy on and spare. Okay, but it's gonna be a lot of women that's gonna die. All right, they're the most pompous right now, besides the Edomite. Very pompous, very proud, not afraid to speak against their own maker, man. But eventually you will fear. So, I didn't even think I was going to be this long, in this lesson, but that was the spirit. But I had to go into it. And, if y'all, y'all might already watched or have watched the Elder Manata Zagbaz video. All right. You see that video that I played in the beginning. And also he played the clip of the other chick on TikTok. Hey, keep saying what you're saying, man. All right. The Lord hears it all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to end with that. Wisdom of Solomon 1. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 1, verse 7, it says, I start at verse 6, it says, for wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For the Most High is witness of his reigns and a true beholder of his heart. Hey, and out of the abundance of the heart do a man speak. And these social media platforms, it gives right to that. And all the intents of the heart are being revealed in these last days. Our people are shown that they really don't believe. They're a forward generation in whom is no faith. All right. And it says, and a hearer of his tongue, the Lord hears it. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things have knowledge of the voice. Therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance when it punisheth pass by him. You're going to have to eat them words, man. You're going to have to deal with it. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come up unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. The angels, while you sitting there on your phone, your little smartphone, recording your little TikTok video, trying to, pick and find something to discredit, the word of the Most High, or, questioning his word or questioning his being or his will. The angel is right there recording you. As you're recording on your phone, the angel is right there recording you and sending that right back to the Father. All right. So, hey, do what you please, man. All right. And we're not troubled by your unbelief. What does it say in Thessalonians? Ye that are troubled, rest with us until the Most High basically comes back and bring vengeance upon those that obey not the gospel. All right. It says, verse 10, for the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid. Therefore beware of murmuring, all right, whispering or complaining, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting, for there is no word so secret that shall not go for thought, in a mouth that believeth or belieth slayeth the soul. And all you people, you slaying your own souls. All right. Speaking against the Most High. All right. You despise the word. That's it. You despise instruction. You're a damn idiot. I know I said that was going to be my last verse, but since I mentioned it, I gotta bring it out. Now, why we gotta be Hebrews? Why we gotta have that Bible? What if the Bible didn't exist? Proverbs 15 and verse 10, it says, correction is grievous unto them that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. That's not what it was. Was it hateth instruction? Proverbs 12:1, whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. And, you know, we know that the Bible, the word of the Most High, is for reproof, for correction, like it says in 2 Peter 1 and 20. All right. But our people, you know, they don't want it. So, you know, the Lord's going to, you know, just as they reject this knowledge, the Lord's going to reject them and their children. So anyway, I'm going to end off with that, man. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. Until the next lesson, I say Shabbat Shalom.